Hey, what's up everybody? I'm going to give you an introduction today to the Panini secondary marketplace. So these NBA Prism cards, now they also have different brands, they have different sports, but I'm just going to specifically make this towards the NBA Prism, as these are the packs that I've dropped, these are the ones that I'm collecting, and I want to show you how to buy and to sell cards in this marketplace. So if you're on the Panini website right here, paniniamerica.net, what you do is you click on blockchain. Now, the very first thing you can see right here are the pack drops that are coming in the future. If you're on the mobile website, it also says, the challenge as well. I'm sure that once the challenge comes active, they'll place it here, but for right now, it doesn't say that. You can look at some of the weekly top sales here and then the recently sold here. These are helpful to let you know, kind of some of the prices that cards are going for, so that you can kind of gauge if you're going to sell your cards. You kind of want to know not what people are, it's kind of like eBay if you've used eBay before. You don't look at what people are selling their cards for, because they might be just completely overpricing things and no one's going to pay for it. What you want to do is you want to look at completed sales, things that people actually put up their money for and there was successful. That's the better gauge of knowing how you should price things. And so right here, let me just tell you some information I see right here. So this is a LaMelo ball, but it's got a double digit, 2-digit serial number for $195. So just under $200 is a fair value for this card. We also know that if we have a 3-digit serial number, you cannot expect to get this price. And if you have a 4-digit, it'll be even less. Same thing here from LeBron James. We have a 3-digit serial number of 179. Well, what does that tell me? It says that if you have a 2-digit serial number, you're probably going to get more. And these green cards are limited to 2 each, and the red cards are limited to 3 each. So these are the recently sold and the weekly top sales, which you can kind of scroll through. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at the public auctions that are available right now. So the very first thing to do is you can go under public auctions and explore, or blockchain public auctions view all right here. Both ways you can do it. Now, Panini's secondary website, it kind of receives probably like a C grade. It doesn't have enough filters, doesn't have the best layout for the amount of supply that's out there, but it's not bad. And actually the bidding feature, pretty smooth as well. I'll kind of talk about some of the ways that they can improve things that we're looking for. But basically, these are early days. We can, as they continue to make more and more releases and they get more feedback from the community, we can expect improvements. So what you're looking at today, if you go back and you watch this video a couple years from now, I'm sure there's going to be way more filters and it'll be a much more smoother process. So we're here, and the things you need to pay attention to are the left side here, which gives us the filters, and then the sorting right here. You can look by trending, price, ending soon, or recently listed. What you should know is that even if you select, let's just say recently listed or ending soon, they will throw a couple trending listings in place to kind of just spice things up or get some extra attention to that. So it's not perfect, you'll get some, but it does a general good job. So you can look by year of the card, collection, sport, athlete, and price. What they're definitely missing, one of the things that they absolutely need right now, is they need to be able to sort by serial number. There are so many cards right now, and if you could just say, hey, I'm only looking for 2-digit serial numbers or serial numbers within this range, it would make looking through these so much easier. That's the number one thing we need, which we don't have now. So here's what we're going to want to do, is we're going to, typically, you can look by collection. You're going to look at the 2021 Panini NBA packs. That's not actually the best way to do it, because here's what happens is that once you do this, as you see, we have lost our athlete filter. So if you're just wanting to look for, a Zion or a Luka or a LaMelo, you don't have any way to search further. That's an oversight on their part. I'm sure it'll get fixed in the future. But unfortunately, if we do that, we lose our athlete filter, which is really important if you're targeting a specific player. So instead, I have to just throw in a couple extra filters since I can't use the collection. I'll go year 2021. We'll go sport basketball, and then we still have our athlete filter. So early days, man, what are you going to say? So if right here we can just kind of look through what's available. Let's just do that first. We can go under recently listed. And we can see right here, ends in each of the listings are just for one day. This ends in 23 hours, 59 minutes, 30 seconds. So this was just listed 30 seconds ago. And we can see this is the current bid, this is the buy now price, and this is the serial number. These are kind of the most important things to look at besides the end time. So anyways, you can scroll right here. Like, see, this is one that was inserted. You see 23 hours, 23, 23, 23, but then we got a 20 and a 7. So these are two low serial trending cards that they've just kind of inserted in this, as well as a few others. Now we're back to the 23-hour ones right here. So you can just kind of scroll through and look and see, hey, look, this is bam, this is a good card. Terrible serial, but it's a low price. Maybe I'll just want to go buy it. You can kind of do this. Or if you want to target something a little bit more specific, we can go under athlete. Athlete's probably the best way. So you know what? We saw the LaMelo. We saw it was a 2-digit serial. I think it was like 179, right? So let's just go see what's available. Maybe there's a better deal out there. Let's go check it out. So we can scroll through and then we go find LaMelo, and we click on his name. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So we see we got 6 LaMelo cards. So if we wanted, we can just go, if there was more, we can go price, low to high, and we see, okay, hey, these are the ones that's available. We got one ending in 6 hours. All the others are later. So we see that the lowest price available is $110, going up to $450. The other thing I'm scanning is for serial numbers. And so we got a 2-digit serial here, and then we have a 225 at the lowest price of 110. That means the others you wouldn't even really consider, because these are 2 4-digit ones. That's another 4-digit. That's another 4-digit. So we have 4 4-digit cards that are more than the 3-digit card at a current bid price of 110. And so the only thing you're going to consider is either this 225 card, or if you want the 2-digit serial, it's at 29. But we know that a LaMelo 2-digit just sold recently for $179, and this is at a $450 start. So this is probably overpriced. That's kind of how you can do it. Now another thing that this, once again, Panini is lacking here is you don't have a way to search for what cards went for previously. There's only 2 ways currently to do that. One is on the home page, looking at the recent sales, and the other is just watching as a card expires to see what they're going for. So you find a card that you're interested, you follow it right till it goes to 0, then you kind of know what it sold for. So it takes a little bit of work. Now the other thing you need to pay attention to right here is that all 6 of these cards have no bids. If you had a bid, you would see a little bid icon there. Let's see if we can find one. Let's go to another one. Let's maybe look at, let's try like LeBron James maybe. See if any of his has a bid. There we go. We got 4 bids right here at $110. The other 3 do not have any bids. So once again, if you just see a item that's available for sale, just because it's listed does not mean that's a good price, does not mean it's a fair price, does not mean that that's the going rate. When you're looking at something with bids, now you're looking at something that people are willing to put their money up for. That's a better gauge of what the accurate price is. So this is a 4-digit LeBron. We know it's worth at least $110 to somebody, but it could still end more than that. So you know that if you have a 3-digit you know it's worth more than that, the serial number. Now the next thing I want to do is just kind of show you as auctions end. So let's go to ending soon. Then what we'll do is we'll place a bid and we'll list an item as well, just so you can kind of see the whole scope of things. So like this is an interesting one right here. So we got a Deontay Jordan. This is the red card, and these are limited to they're limited to 3. And so we see it's the current bid's at 65, buy now is 200, but there's only 47 seconds left. So we can see right here from the SKU, this is where the serial number is visible. It's not on the card. This is number 2 of 3. And so we see it's currently at 65. It'll be interesting to just kind of see, like if we want to know what ours is worth, we'll just kind of see, hey, you know, let's see what this ends for. So let's just watch as the timer goes down. What I like to do is I like to refresh it when it's least near about 10 seconds left, maybe 5 seconds, just to kind of see where people are putting in the last minute bids and how much of a jump that is. And so I'm just, because the refresh is not always perfect. So see, we went up to 77, we got 5 seconds left, 4, 3, looks like 77, sold out. Okay, so $77. They went from 65 to 77. We got a $12 jump in the last, what was that, like 15 seconds? And now we know what the value of this card is. So now let's go find a card to place a bid on. So I'm just gonna skip forward, I'll find one and I'll show you how easy that is. Okay, so I'm looking at the Damian Lillard cards and I found a 2-digit serial number. The current bid's at 50. It has no bids though, and then the buy it now is at 75. Now I missed out on one of the Dame Lillards. There was a 2-digit serial that was available. It had a $50 buy it now, and the bids were around like 30 or 35. I placed a bid, someone went and bought it now, and I missed out on it, and I kind of been regretting it ever since. And so that buy it now price of 50. That's what it's at right here, and so I'm willing to pay that again. I'm not really willing to go up to the 75 yet because I spent a lot of money already in the store, but I am willing to pay that initial bid. Somebody outbids me, so be it. So what we see right here, now I know that $50 is a good price for this because I already watched somebody do a buy it now at this, and Damian Lillard's a great player. But if I didn't know who he was or what it's worth, what I would know from this is that there's only one bid currently available. As we can see right here, it is a 4-digit serial and it's currently at $14 with a buy it now for $19. And so that means that, that a 4-digit card is probably worth, about 14, less than 20 bucks. But now this is a 2-digit card, which is quite sought after. We see right here we got a 3-digit, 25 to 30 bucks. We got another one. This is kind of like a higher 3-digit, so it looks like 15, 20. So yeah, so it looks like about the low to mid price for a 3-digit serial is probably in that $25 to $30 range. So you're going to have a premium on the 2-digit. And a $50 or $55 is what I'd have to place a bid for, because you always got to go in $5 increments. To me, that is fair. So if you find something that you're looking to place a bid for, what you do is you click on the card. It's extremely easy. If you want to click buy it now, you click buy it now. I'm assuming that you already have your PayPal set up in your account, because that's how, if you win the auction, that's what it's going to do. It's going to automatically charge whatever, whether it's you have a PayPal balance or you have your credit card linked to your PayPal, but it will automatically make the transaction for you if you win. But here we see this is ends in 23 hours. The minimum bid's 50 bucks, but it says you have to bid $55 or more. So whatever the starting price is, it's always $5 more. The next person would have to bid $5 above what you're doing. So if I'm placing at $55, they'd have to pay at least $60, or if they want to lock it up, click buy it now. So this is it. It's extremely simple. You just put in what you're willing to pay, which is $55, and you click on place bid. It says you're going to be able to place, about to place your bid for $55. How about we retry that? You're about to place your bid for $55. Do you want to proceed? Warns you it's a digital only product. and then you click proceed. And then bid placed successfully. Stay tuned for your notifications. Boom. And so now you can see I am the top bidder. And then if right here you get some notifications, oh no, that's my wish list. But here you get notifications and this will say, hey, congratulations, or somebody placed a bid on your auction, or you've been just outbid, and so you'll get a notification. Or if you want, you can go under blockchain, my blockchain and my bids, and you'll kind of see what you're bidding on here. And so these are the 3 cards that I'm currently bidding on, and I am the top bidder on all 3. So that's how you do it. So now let me show you finally, let's just say you now own some cards and you want to flip them, or you got a card that you want to let go of so you can buy something else. Let me show you how to list a card. Very first thing I want to tell you is that all auctions have the same time. That's 1 complete day. Now when you list a card, let's just say that it does not sell. Unfortunately, it does not say that information. So the price you put in for the bid price and the buy it now, plus the description that you enter, if you want to relist it a day later, if it did not sell, you're going to have to retype out that information. Now, because of that, that can be quite time consuming, especially if you put some work into your description. Maybe you try to sell it a little. You say, oh, this person won this many NBA championships, or Hall of Fame player, whatever, or you want to remember what prices you put down so you can relist at those. You should probably save them all in a spreadsheet so you can quickly re-enter them. That's what I'm doing the second time around. The first time, unfortunately, did not. So you can see right here, I own 97 cards. Gonna be honest, I bought a little too many at the very beginning. So I went in on the very first day, placed some bids of things that I thought were really good deals, and then I placed a ton of bids on stuff that I thought I had no chance in getting. And so I'm like, well, this is probably going to go for a couple $100 more. There's no way this one's going to win, but if they're going to sell it to me at this price, then I'll end up doing it. And I guess within a day, the prices dropped significantly, and I ended up winning a ton of these auctions. And so I now own a lot more cards than I was really anticipating buying, and unfortunately, the prices have dropped quite a bit. And so that's kind of the risk of getting in at the very beginning. We now have a lot more information, a lot more completed sales. Very first day, we had like high 3-digit Lucas going for like $750. Now you can get a low 3-digit Luca for about $100. So it's just kind of as one example. But all of the supply is not even out right now, and so especially when you get into the 3 and the 4 digits, you can probably expect those prices to continue to drop until at least all the supply is out. But to counteract that, if with every pack drop we have a new influx of buyers, as long as the more buyers come in than sellers, then that could either stabilize or it can go the other way. But likely, especially for the 3 and 4 digits cards, we're probably still going to see some drops. Not necessarily sure if 2 digits, because 2 digits are always limited to 99. So even with more supply coming in, there's just not that many more that are going to be in packs, and so they might retain their value a little bit more. So me personally, except for a few players, the really expensive ones like LeBron and Luka and LaMelo Ball, which I will take a low 3-digit serial, I'm now only targeting 2-digit serials. But you got to go according to what you're looking for and what you can afford. So anyways, back on track. These are the Panini cards that I own, and at the very top you're going to see ones that I've already listed, so you can see my auction. And so I'm just going to scroll down into the territory where we don't have things that are listed, because I've been kind of doing that throughout the day. Currently I only have one that has a bid. Stephen Curry, yeah, one bid right here. Okay. So I have a 4-digit that I bought at $25. I think I listed it at 30, and someone has placed a bid on that, but nothing else has bids currently. Gonna be honest, I hate to say this because I'm really speaking only from this moment. Things could change in a day, they could change in a week, but currently there is much more supply than there is buyers. Most of the cards that get listed do not even get one bid. Now, it could be because they're just kind of overpricing it. I know that, I'm not selling it for much more. Usually I'm only looking for about $5 or $10 more than I bought it for, because I realize the prices have dropped. But it is what it is. There are apparently more supply than there are buyers. And so I think that you should at least go a little light on the buying until you've bought a couple cards, you've experienced trying to sell, assuming you're interested in flipping. If you're just a collector, or you want to hold for years or whatever, that's fine. But if you're looking to make money, if you're looking to flip, you should probably experience with the marketplace both the buying and the selling before you go too heavy, so you can kind of get a feel of who's out there, who's paying what, how many bids you're getting. Because I definitely, if I would have tried listing some cards first, I probably would have said, okay, you know what, the marketplace is not quite as hot right now, and so maybe I'll just chill back and kind of wait until there's a little bit more before I buy a lot more cards. But anyways, let's go ahead. Let's pick a card here that we want to list. Okay, so I've looked through my collection, and I'd like to list one of my Paul George cards. So I have two of his cards. I have the serial 152, which I bought for 15 bucks. And I also have a number 408 that I bought for 10. Now, I'm only, truthfully, I'm only looking at I'd only be looking at 2-digit serials, collecting them for Paul George right now. So I'm really willing to get rid of both of them, but I'm definitely trying to get rid of my more higher serial card ones first. And so I'm going to look to list the number 408. So the very first thing I want to do is I want to look at other Paul George cards that are available on the market right now, kind of see what they're going for, what's available, to help me make an informed choice on what to list it for. So I've went ahead here and I've went through the athlete filter to find Paul George, and I see that currently there are only 3 of his cards available. Now, what I see right here is, first, every single one of those are high 4-digit serials. And so that means that my 3-digit card under 500 is going to stand out a little, because it's the only 3-digit and it's under 500. Of course, the 100 one would stand out even more. But I have an edge here. There's if there's a Paul George fan out there, they want a 3-digit card, or they don't want a 4-digit card, they're going to come to me. So the other thing I noticed, though, is that none of these have any bids. Now, 2 of them haven't been listed for very long, just 2 and 4 hours. So they could get some bids, but we know that people aren't as of yet biting on these prices. So that's kind of the information that I have now. So I'm going to be selling obviously higher than these cards here, because mine is a lower 3-digit card, and I'm looking to, I can't always just say, I might have bought a card too high, so I can't always just go after what I paid it, but in this case I do feel like this is worth more than the $10 that I bought. And so I'm looking right here. I'm probably going to start the bidding at maybe 20 bucks, which is $1 more than the 4-digit. That might be a little bit low. Maybe I can go for 25. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do 25. There's a chance that this comes back to me, but because there's not maybe it doesn't sell, but because there's not much supply, let's go give that a shot. So I'm going to start at 25. Now I have the option to choose a buy it now price. I have to put in a buy it now price, but I can kind of choose what I think that is worth. And so I could either go for one that I actually like people to jump at, or I can go for the really high to make it feel like it's a deal. So I could say, you can bid at 25 bucks, or you can buy it now at whatever, $1,000. Or if I want maybe somebody to actually feel like a fear of missing out, like, oh, maybe I'll lose this, and I want actually somebody to try to snap it up, maybe I'll probably, I see 2 buy it nows at 50. Mine's worth more. Maybe I'll go up a lot higher than that, maybe like 60 to 75 or something like that. That would be a great return on value if someone did it. So I've been experimenting. I'm not sure which one's the best. Earlier today, I've been doing a lot of the really high price buy it nows, because yesterday I tried the lower price ones, and and I got no bids on any of them, so I'm just kind of experimenting. With this one in particular, I especially because it's the only 3-digit one, I think I want more of the fear of missing out rather than trying to pump the value. And so I think I am going to do a fair buy it now price. So I clicked on the card and I'm just going to click start auction. It's very, very simple. So you go with the minimum price, and we said we're going to do 25 bucks. And then the buy it now price, I'm going to go 60 bucks. I'm actually going to put in 59, you know, make it look like it's a little lower. And then you can add a comment as well. And so I'm just, you know, you can comment on the player, usually on the serial number, whatever is the standout features that makes it better than other ones. And so in this particular one, I'm just going to say low sub 500 serial number, and that's it. So the other thing you need to know is the fees. Now there's no fee for listing, and so if you know, you list at no cost, if it doesn't sell or there's no bids, don't worry, there's no fees involved. But if it does sell, there is a facilitator fee. And so we see right here, because it's going to be under $5 grand, it is a 10% fee. So if this sells for 25 bucks, Panini is going to take $2.50 of that. And then on top of that, PayPal has some fees too. I don't know what they are off the top of my head. I think it's like 2% or 2.5% plus a small, like, you know, 30 cents or something. Obviously, that's just off the top of my head. It's not exactly right, but it's in the same ballpark. So you do have to factor in, you know, probably like 13% of fees when you think this through of what you want to put in. So anyways, we got our information filled out right here, and then we just click proceed. And then when we do that, it'll ask us to confirm, make sure we put in the right information. If you did it wrong, you can click edit, but if not, go ahead, click confirm. And then there we go. It is there on the blockchain. And so if you wanted to see it, you can go to under blockchain, public auctions, if you want to see what other people are seeing. Once again, we can go under, well, actually it's right there, because under trending here. So there is our card right here, which people can buy. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully Panini kind of puts in some more filters and, you know, things that kind of help out us buyers and sellers in the marketplace, and hopefully more buyers and sellers come into the marketplace, because you know what, it's a really great product, and with some more time going by, you know, during the early days there's always, you know, problems with pack drops and features missing, and you know, not enough people in the marketplace. It's all NFT products kind of do this, but that's kind of one of the costs of being in early. But you know, I'm optimistic for the future, absolutely, and I definitely think that you should get in on investing in Panini NBA cards.